While Oxford United are proving they well belong in this league, another competitive game against Blackburn Rovers, and we're here to review it all and, of course, look ahead to transfer deadline day. Welcome to the 4th edition of Where Yellows Walk. And we've got Connor with us from at Talk of the 72 to review everything about Blackburn and, of course, look ahead to being back at the Kassam Stadium this weekend for the second home game of this season. Are you enjoying life in this championship, Connor? There's my first one to you this week.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it very, very much so. It's, in fact, even though we've lost 2 of our first opening 3 games and still picked up a win on the first day, it's still been brilliant. It's been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, good away following as well. Well done to everyone who made the trip to Blackburn. Not the most glamorous of places to end up on an August bank holiday, but most of our team are obviously enjoying the bank holiday weekend. So we'll be back next week. So thank you for doing this review with us. Talk us through the game then. What were you impressed with, first of all, from an Oxford point of view? I mean, the goal we'll come and talk about in a minute, but individual performances stood out.
So, yeah, the opening 20 minutes, I thought that we were quite dominant. We looked very venomous on the attack. We've had about 2 or 3 chances in the first 20 minutes that really, in retrospect, I think a couple of players would be thinking that they should put away. Matt Phillips came on in place of Plagetta. He looked very, very impressive. You could tell that he had that championship experience in what he was doing. Also impressed again with our star boy, Tyler Goodrum, down the left-hand side. I've seen that a few Blackburn fans were very impressed with him, that they were wishing that they had him on their side, as I'm sure that Norwich and Coventry have also been impressed by him. In addition to that, I was also impressed with Elliot Moore being out and having the knock. I was dreading having Sam Long come in at centre half, but I think that he did okay. But
Yeah,
that's it is what it is.
And I'm going to talk about the goal as well now. You said, did he mean it? Well, of course he meant it, because of course that wasn't a pass, was it? He couldn't have hit that any better, could he?
No, the whole thing was brilliant from start to finish. Goal kick, straight up, route 1 to Matt Phillips, chests it down. Not once did the ball touch the ground. And from where we were, so they were attacking the end that was away from us. So we could see that as soon as he hit the ball, that it didn't go onto a high gradient or trajectory. It stayed fairly level. And then as he hit it, some of us thought, oh, what's he done? And then because it stayed at such a low gradient, you could see that it was going, and it curved at the last minute. And I'm not sure if you've seen the video, but you can see as soon as he's hit it, Rodriguez is already celebrating with his hands up, and it was brilliant. I don't think any of us could believe what we saw. That may well be, I said on Twitter that it may well be the greatest Oxford goal that's ever been scored.
I think it may well be the championship goal of the season. I'm not sure we're going to see many 2 better. Not just the goal itself, but like you say, the build-up to it. Just absolutely stunning. Bravo. Okay, was there any criticisms of your players for the Blackburn goals themselves, including the goalkeeper?
I think on the first goal, we didn't get it out. I know that we looked like that we were trying to play out rather than just hoof it away. I had issues with Kyozo throughout the game. I think that others rated what he did, but especially I didn't like much of what I saw. But in the first goal, we should have been better with our lines and clearing it out, and just especially when there's 10 seconds left the half or so, just get it out of the box, get it out of danger. And then with the second goal, with Phillips, as I said, Phillips was off at that point and he was covering Kyozo in what space that he couldn't get into. I can't remember the Blackburn man's name, but when he got down that right-hand side, you could see the threat that he posed. And the finish, to be fair, was a lovely finish, a nice little sweep around Cummings off the post. And, it is what it is. It could be worse. We could have had a few hammerings, but we haven't. We've gone toe-to-toe with 2 teams that may well be around in the top 6.
Yeah, absolutely have. Here's what social media thought of it. First of all, Bronny was magic hat. Get a few more in. The team is nearly there. The harsh lesson is we will get punished if we're not bang at it for 90 minutes. We talked about that couple of weeks ago. 2 tough away games, should have got a point from both. Nothing really to complain about, shown that we belong in this league. And I agree from a neutral point of view with all of that. Connor, you happy with everything said there? A few more in and you'll be all right?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I'd like to see in the last days of the window, I'd like to see an experienced centre half, because in the Championship, because we don't really have one of those, and we have Jordan Thornley, who seems a bit out of favour, and other than that we have Elliot Moore, but we don't have really any specialist centre half. So I'd like to see an experienced Championship centre half, and along with that I'd like to see another striker up front, someone who's got, again, Championship experience, because we don't really have either. We have obviously Mark Harris, we have Dane Scarlett, who's come in from Tottenham, but I don't see him getting much game time, if I'm honest. And then we have Will Goodwin, who's injured and out, and from what I've seen today, they're looking to offload him in the window. And we also have Gatlin O'Donkor, who just isn't up to Championship standard. He was on loan in the National League last season, and I don't think that he's really got the capability to play even 30 minutes in the Championship. So yeah.
Britney Spears, another great good one. Fans have the best handles now, don't they? Volks, long problem. We can all see it. I feel like we've cursed Will Volks on this podcast because we rated him, and then he's made, well, some are saying he's made 2 errors now for goals. What's your view on it?
Yeah, it's a shame. In the first game, he looked brilliant. I'm not sure if that's an indictment of how bad Norwich were, or that we were just up for it. But yeah, there was a slight mistake on his part, which led to Blackburn's second goal. I'm not sure whether it came down to nerves and whether he was having PTSD from what happened at Coventry. But I still think that he's a tidy player, and he'll get back to it. And I think that the coming game on Saturday will be a decent game for him to do that.
Then on to some more harsh criticism, and the criticism is starting to come in a little bit. This is from Callum. Pathetic second half. Sit back and take off Phillips for a left back, and you get what you deserve. Is that harsh?
I think that's slightly. I think that's slightly harsh. I think in the second, Blackburn came out, and you could see that they had more prowess and they had more quality, and they had more attacking quality, and that their experience showed, and they showed what it's going to take to compete at this level and win at this level. I get Callum's point that we did have attacking players on the bench. We didn't bring them on. Can play up front, but we have players like Iwobi or Malcolm Wavy. Can't really pronounce his name. We have him on loan for Crystal Palace, and we haven't really seen him. So, but saying that, I think that the Carabao Cup tomorrow night on Tuesday will be a chance to see these players, and hopefully they can stake a claim for themselves for Saturday.
Can you understand, Connor, more fans asking for more positivity? The last tweet we saw there said exactly that, saying, "Look, you're in games, but we need to see a bit more belief in our abilities, because you're not getting battered, or so far you're not anyway, and certainly against a Preston side who whose confidence has been wobbling. They had a decent result against Luton, but as many Preston fans said, quite easily could have been a draw. They rode their luck at times. This is a sort of game that Oxford have to take the mettle to them, don't they? Can't be scared in this league.
No, and I don't think that we're scared. I think that if you ask Norwich, Blackburn, and Coventry fans, I think that they will be overall quite surprised and impressed, because the overall tagline mantra that we had from a lot of so-called experts and podcasters was that we were going to be the whipping boys. And I think 3 games in, we've shown that we're absolutely not going to be the whipping boys of this league. And if we stay up, it's going to be absolutely on merit. I think that all that we've done is that with positivity as a support group. And I think that's really changing the whole atmosphere around the club. Of course, no one is ever immune from criticism. And there's times when even I'm a huge fan of the manager, but have been critical of him. So positivity to draw through, and also they might not be up to great championship standard, because these are still League One players and they're getting that experience. And once they get that forte in that now, they'll be fine. I think that will be fine.
All right, then let's get a score prediction from you before we let you go. Preston, this weekend, this is only the 26th time that you've played Preston. That was the first time you've met them since the year 2000, which gosh, it's a long time ago. So all recent results against them were kind of completely disqualified. Which way do you see this one going?
I think that it'll be an entertaining affair. I think that's especially Paul Heckingbottom coming in. They're still going to have that managerial bounce. I expect them to come in and think that they're going to be on a high, and that they expect that we're going to be on a bit low after two games. But if they've seen what it's been like at the Kassam, especially on opening day, they'll know that it won't be what they're expecting, just rock up and get some points. I know that they've got a sold out away end, and I expect it to be raucous in the stadium again, and it should be a sellout. But however, I don't think that you can go into any championship game coming up from League One saying, yeah, that's a must win, we need to win there, or those points are in the bag, or that we should win there. I anticipate that it will be a close goal affair, so I'm going to go for 2-1 Oxford. Get Mark Harris again, get 4 on the bounce, player of the month, and get into the Wales squad for the first time since Qatar.
Brilliant. Thanks, Connor. We will catch up with you next week. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. If you're an Oxford fan, we know there's a lot of Oxford content across the internet, but this is the quickest, most compact review. We'll have our full team back next week to look ahead to the Bristol City game after the international break. Hopefully they'll stop stealing your players by then as well. All right. Cheers, Connor. Thanks so much for joining us.